it's Paul Ward here, and welcome to another edition of Farm Talk. I'm very excited today. We are out near Santa Paula, California at Prancer's Farm, and we have the owners, Mario and Vanessa Robledo. Welcome to the show.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you for being here.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me. And actually, you guys were my first show 3 years ago, so it's very exciting to be back.
Well, likewise, I think you were our first interview ever. And the news, I think the news even came out that day, then you were out here too. So
Did they really?
Excited to have you out here again.
About 3 years ago for our Christmas trees. You came out for our Christmas trees.
It was. You had the train come in, and all the folks jumped off the train and picked out their Christmas tree, and I think it had been turned into the Polar Express.
Yeah.
Right.
So
That was our very first year on this property.
really, and look how you've grown. I mean, this is incredible. I mean, we've got 800 people here right now, and you're expecting over 5,000 today, maybe more.
Yes.
Yeah. Hopefully we get people coming in and enjoying the farm.
Mm-hmm.
Slowly by slowly, we're adding year after year, day by day.
And what I mean, you've got the traditional stuff, right? You've got pumpkins of all shapes and sizes, but what else is going on?
We have hay rides, petting zoo, barrel train ride, mechanical bull. We have our petting zoo where you can pet all your animals. We even have baby chicks, baby ducklings. We just made a pumpkin house that we just created too as well.
We have 2 corn mazes. One of our corn mazes, our barrel train ride, goes through it.
Interesting.
And we've done a corn maze with corn and sunflowers mixed together, so you get the sunflowers and you get the corn maze at the same time.
Very cool. And I noticed you've got a tequila bar. I think you're the only pumpkin patch that I've visited with the full tequila bar.
Yeah, they're a local restaurant out of Fillmore. It's a Vallarta restaurant. They're a local, family-owned as well restaurant. And they asked us if they can come out here and serve some margaritas, tequila, a little bit of variety of everything for parents, their children.
That's awesome.
For everybody to come out and enjoy a day. We can't forget to add, we have our stilt walkers, and in the evenings we have a fire show.
Oh, really?
Yes,
And the jugglers.
and jugglers.
And
Cool.
our live bands are playing today.
Yes.
Yeah, it's 1 o'clock. The stage here will be filled with live bands till 6 o'clock.
Awesome. So that goes on during the weekends.
Yeah,
Weekends only. Yeah.
yeah, we can.
Very cool. And how did you get into this? Your story is interesting. You were a policeman before getting into the pumpkin business.
Yes, I was a full-time police officer for the city of Oxnard for close to 11 years.
Wow.
I got hired on there at the police department at 21 years old and retired at 31.
Interesting.
But my roots have always been in farming. My dad was a citrus and avocado grower, and he worked for a very highly respected farm here in the valley of Santa Paula for 53 years.
Oh, wow.
Until he passed away about 8 years ago. So he never got to see what we have built.
Mm-hmm.
But when we're out here struggling or trying to grow something that's having a little bit more of a difficult time, I feel that he's always blessing us by his answers.
I think he's the one that got us into pumpkin patch because on his property they used to grow pumpkins.
Oh, really?
And in between the lemon and avocado orchards, there were pumpkins. So every year before we had pumpkin patch, we would wake up on a Saturday morning and we had these huge pumpkins on our front doorstep. And the kids looked forward to it every year. And then one year he's like, you guys do Christmas trees. Why don't you guys do pumpkin?
Mm-hmm.
And for like 3 years straight, he's like, what are you guys doing? You guys need to do pumpkin. And then Mario purchased our first horse. And I was like, what are you doing? He's like, well, we need some attraction for our pumpkin patch. I'm like, so I guess we're doing pumpkin patch. He's like, we're doing pumpkin patch. So that's how we started our first pumpkin patch.
That's awesome. And how did that work out? Because you're starting something new. I mean, it's not Christmas. I mean, every crop is different, right? I mean, Christmas trees is different than pumpkins. And now you've got a variety of different types of pumpkins and different sizes. And how did it start? And kind of now, how has it grown?
Yeah, well, we grow a little bit over 45 different type of variety of pumpkins.
Really?
Yeah, our first pumpkin seed that we put out is in the middle of June, and that should be harvested the end of September.
Mm-hmm.
And then we go in two-week sections of planting, starting in June all the way up to July. I think this year was July 12th or 14th was our last seed out. And the pumpkins that we seeded July 14th, they'll be ready to harvest next weekend.
Interesting.
And that'll be our last harvest.
So you're kind of timing it like perfectly.
We're trying to time as much as we can perfectly to get everything to grow at the time that we need it.
And do you notice if people if they gravitate to a certain is one type of pumpkin more popular than the other, or are you kind of surprised by what people are buying?
Yes, the kids always want something under 5 pounds, and you always see the dads carrying really proudly their hauling their wheelbarrows or carrying a pumpkin on their shoulder. Is the biggest pumpkin they can find.
That's funny.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Words,
The
right?
kids grab what they could carry, like a little one, and then you'll see the dad with the big pumpkin.
The grandpa.
Or grandpa or whoever, with even moms too. They have their big pumpkins, barely walking. Do you have a wheelbarrow? Mother, right there. Help yourself. But yeah,
funny.
it is funny.
And do you decide the size, or does the pumpkin just decide on its own that it's going to be a big pumpkin or a small pumpkin?
It's the variety of
It's a
pumpkins.
variety of pumpkins.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, we buy Big Mac pumpkins are called. Then the Hulk. Then they have cannonballs that only grow up to 4 feet at maturity, and our big jack-o'-lanterns grow 25 to 30 pounds. We're buying the seed that's creating the size of that pumpkin.
And do you have school groups coming in?
Yes. So every week I have probably about almost every day, probably Tuesday through Fridays, we have field trips on a daily basis.
So they bring the kids on buses?
Yeah, they bring
all
the school on buses. We even have special needs kids that come out here. Different programs come out here, even adult programs. We had one time we had a 95-year-old lady ride a mechanical bull.
Really?
Yes, it was really fun, and that's what we look forward to each year. Is putting smiles on everybody's faces and having like this lady. We had our music playing. She was dancing and. She's like, can I ride the mechanical bull?
And 95 years old.
At 95 years old. And I was like, are you sure? And then her caregivers were like, let her on. I said, okay. And so she got on, she rode it, and she was the happiest. They said they haven't seen her that happy in a long time.
That's awesome. She just kind of waddled over and
Yep.
got help on and
Help on.
we got
Yep.
bucked off.
And I think that's why Vanessa and I started this. We started off selling Christmas trees off of Ventura, off of 101 and Johnson Drive. And then, like how she said, we converted into pumpkins and doing both. But the whole backstory to all this was to get people exposed to farming and agricultural and animals. I went out there with one horse, and I was amazed of the people that has never been close to a horse, felt a pig, seen any type of animal.
Right.
And that's what intrigued me to continue bringing this to the public.
And educating the public. Because, yes, a lot of our youth, they have never seen, touched, or been around any kind of even a lamb or sheep. Or
Right.
even seen a horse up close. It's a cow.
Or let alone just even walk onto a farm.
Right.
Walk into a farm, or like we have pick your own strawberries as well, and we show them how you could pick a strawberry, and you'll be it's amazing just to see the smile on their faces. Even a lot of our workers bring their kids, and they pick strawberries for a living, and their kids never even went on a strawberry,
And they live local.
and they live local.
That's amazing because we live in an agricultural region, and you'd think that everybody would be familiar, but they're not.
They're not.
That's incredible.
Yeah, it is incredible. Yeah, you would think since we're in
Majority of our customers, we were having this conversation earlier, are from LA, are from in that area. We don't get 10-15% are local.
Okay.
So I think what was happening is that we're so used to going up and down this whole valley. We see the lemon tree, we see the row crops,
Right.
we see what's around us daily.
Right.
So we try to outsource somewhere else where you normally don't live at.
Yeah, you don't think that, 10 million people live right over the border in LA County and
Right.
live in an urban area, so they're not familiar with this type of environment, and you're providing an escape and education at the same time.
Right.
Yeah.
And then you got a bigger staff. I mean, I was here and you were small and just starting out. Now there's all kinds of young people working here, and
A lot of the young people here, you see, we have 3 girls, and they all work, and they help us out every year. They put their sports aside, everything. We have a daughter in college, and
so it's a family operation.
yes,
It's a family operation. We also use Abuelitos farm labor contractors.
Oh,
They're providing all the service for us for all the workers that are here.
interesting.
Yeah, so
seasonal.
so they stay with us year round.
Oh, they do.
Yeah, they harvest. They help us with the growing, with what needs to be done here at the farm. And Abuelitos is bringing in bringing farm labor contractors.
Mhm.
They're bringing over the employees and providing us the service for that.
Okay, that's awesome.
Yeah.
So, and then
As we need employees, they provide whatever employees we need.
gotcha. And so they seasonal, like right now you're at peak,
At peak, yeah.
peak, and then Christmas will kind of pick up again, and then
Yes.
taper off afterwards till maybe Easter time, and then
Right. Now remember, our produce stand is here open all year round. So we're
Okay.
always harvesting and growing
Mhm.
what we need to grow for our fruit stand here at the farm. We cut from what we're growing here at the farm
Mhm.
and sell it directly to our fruit stand.
So direct farm to table, like
Farm
folks
to
come out
table.
and I saw fresh local honey, you know.
Yes, we have fresh local honey. We have produce. Our strawberries are like our #1 sellers, and we have strawberries all year long.
Oh, you do?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we grow four different blocks yearly on strawberries.
So anybody can come drive down the highway and get strawberries.
All year long, even for New Year's and Christmas.
That's awesome.
And
Yeah.
next year we're gonna start having selling eggs because right now we have close to about 200 chickens, right?
Yeah,
Oh, that'll be super.
that's
popular.
my new project going
Oh
on.
my gosh, that'll be very popular.
Yeah.
Free range eggs.
Free
Yes,
range.
Very
free
popular.
range eggs.
And do you guys do farmers markets too?
We were doing them for about 2 years, but it just got
Too much?
too much, and we were neglecting our fruit stand, and it's a lot of employees you need, and
Right. And then if you've got a fruit stand 24/7,
Yeah.
it's like you don't really need to have.
exactly that's where we decided.
Our goal is to get back to it once we get to the point that we're able to sustain this and is well put together and built now.
Mm-hmm.
But until then, we'll start going back. We'll stay here and then we'll start going back to.
Our fruit stand's gonna be open. It was just a little bit over a year, 4 years that it's been open.
Oh,
That
really?
We're still building and still trying to establish everything, but we've been doing good.
So what else is going on here education-wise? I mean, there's a lot. You got we talked about the tequila bar and there's pumpkin painting and there's education kids groups coming out and
Yeah, and we also have California Dairy Association.
oh really?
We have she's right over there, and she actually educates the children, and she talks about all our cows and our livestock, and she comes out here at least 2 or 3 times a week and educates the community. She also goes to different schools in LA
Mhm.
and educates children on where milk comes from, cheese comes from,
She takes one of our Jersey cows
our Jersey cows.
and then she hauls it in her on a horse on our trailer.
Really? It takes it to LA
And
schools
takes
Yes.
it to different
and then brings it back.
Yeah,
brings it back. She's here. She beats me sometimes. I'm surprised. She's a young lady. I think she's like in her early 20s, and she can back up that trailer, load up like I've never seen before.
yeah.
So she beats me here sometimes. I get here about 5:15. She's already leaving sometimes.
Interesting. Now, did that just kind of fall in your lap where she just a local and she just said, hey, I've
got
got
an email, right? Or
Well, I got a text. I saw this number. I got a text and saying, "Hey, I'm looking for a cow locally here, and I see that you have cows on your farm. Can I speak to somebody?" And we called there, and within a week, within 2 days, she was here.
wow, that's amazing.
and we just happen to have the Jersey cow that produces the most amount of milk on hand, and she's very friendly. So she's been.
And these are all fat, happy cows, no beef cows. They're all just grazers and milk producers. And
Yeah.
Yeah, well, we have
We have
some
beef
beef
cows
cows.
as well.
oh, you do?
Yes,
Yeah.
Oh, wow. So you guys are going to like free range beef later on in the.
No, our beef cows we keep.
Oh, you keep them
Yeah,
for pets?
Yeah, but we have Jersey cows that are milk producing, and we have beef cows that we also have Dexter's miniature cows.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, some of our cows here, like that you see there, they're full grown.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
I would
they're-
guess
they're-
they were just.
They're
Like,
full,
almost-
like that one
yeah.
right there. Here is full. It's a full grown. They're miniature Dexter.
and we also have Highlander cows, the real furry ones.
I was wondering what that was.
Yeah, so we
very friendly.
his name's Cash, and he's right up there. And we also have turkeys, and then our lambs and our turkeys, we actually bought them at the Junior Livestock Fair for the Ventura County Fair with for the 4-H
Uh-huh.
their youth. So we support that, and we purchase their animals and we bring them to the farm, and we do not we use them to educate people
As pets.
as pets. Yep.
That's awesome. So they're not going to go to slaughter. They're
Nope.
out there. These live.
Our animals that we have here, they're too friendly.
Yeah, they're our pets.
I get it. What are your future plans? I mean, you guys have obviously been growing over the last 4 years, and you're going to have thousands of people here literally today and throughout the the weekend and the season. What's the future for Prancer's Farm?
The future for Prancer's Farm is what you see here in this park. This is a 2-acre park here, and we're going to continue to build. So next year, there'll be more additions added onto this area. We plan on having a duck pond, more environment on animal shelters here in this area, but in the garden aspect.
Mm-hmm. So like a beautiful like botanical garden type of environment. People could come year round and
Yes.
enjoy the season.
We also
flower.
have the rail carts that stop here.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
I don't know if you heard the rail carts that Sierra Railroad.
Oh, they're coming
Santa
back.
Paula.
Okay.
So they've been running this valley already for almost a year, and they stop here, and they do petting zoo. They buy fresh produce from our
fruit stand.
from our fruit stand.
So you can catch the Sierra Railroad. You can catch that train. It's a bike. What is it?
It's a bike. It's a bike. It's a rail bike.
It's out of Santa Paula, and from there you
On the railroad tracks?
Yeah.
on the tracks.
You're riding a bicycle on the railroad tracks?
On the railroad tracks. We just heard it go by.
They just got here.
How fun is that?
Yeah, so it's electrical and you can pedal. So people come up through this valley and then
All the way up to the beginning of Fillmore. They turn around there. They come back and they stop here for an hour.
Wow. So get some exercise and
Yeah,
out here?
you can pet it, or you can just press the automatic
Pedal.
button and it'll just go by itself.
that's awesome.
Pedal.
I gotta try that.
And Sierra Railroad is bringing back their train starting next year
Oh, they are
Yeah.
from Santa Paula.
from Santa Paula. Everything will be based out of Santa Paula. As far as catching the ride, will be based out of Santa Paula up choose.
So folks can come here, pick out their pumpkin, pick out their Christmas tree, and then go back
Yeah,
on the train.
right.
Very cool.
That's starting next year. But right now, they do have the railroad bike going on now. And just go to Sierra Railroad and you can get your tickets online there.
Very cool.
it's all pre-reservation.
How did you guys pick the name Prancer's Farm?
So we were looking. So we started off doing Christmas trees, right?
Off 101 in Johnson.
In Ventura.
Sure.
Yeah. Well, we started Christmas trees because we owned a semi trucking company.
Oh.
We had a truck driver call in sick, and he was off from the PD. And I said, hey, I need a driver to take. We had hauled avocados for Mission up there, and our back haul was Christmas trees. And he's like, I'll take it. And so he went, took it, and he called me. He's like, hey, they're selling Christmas trees for super cheap. Should I bring some down? I'm like, yeah, why not?
Did you have the fruit stand at the time?
No.
We didn't have we haven't started with Prancer's Farm yet.
So what was you were just going to bring some Christmas trees for your own family?
No, we went up to Oregon
Okay.
and we were gonna haul a load of Christmas trees to a Christmas tree lot out in LA area.
Okay.
So we took avocados to Oregon. Our back haul was Christmas trees
Gotcha.
to a lot in LA.
And when I went to the farm in Oregon where they were loading me, I saw the amount back then. We're talking 14 years ago.
Right.
They were going for like $15.
Christmas trees?
Christmas
Yeah.
at wholesale. And I called up Vanessa. I said, "Sky, we got Christmas trees selling them at $15. How much can we sell them over there for?" Back then, a 7-8 Noble was going probably about $75, $80 back then.
Mhm. It's a good return.
Yeah,
So we
so
sold it for what?
so I had
50 bucks?
I had some cash on me. I said, "I'm bringing 50 trees for us. Can you sell them?"
Uh-huh.
She's like, knowing Vanessa, she's gonna say no. Yeah, bring them down. I'll get them sold.
So I sent a text message and email to our close friends and family saying, hey, Mars and Oregon's bringing Christmas trees. You guys want one? I'm at $60. They're like, yeah, I want one delivered to your door.
Wow.
He came back with the trees. He had to go back to work at the PD, and I delivered it to people's doors, and that's how we started our
That's how we
our
started.
Christmas.
So it's just
That's-
kind of a fluke.
Yeah,
You're in Oregon delivering avocados. You see the Christmas trees are $15 a piece. Call your wife. Should we buy some trees? Now you're delivering the trees to the people that bought them.
Yeah.
And then did you say next year we're having a Christmas tree stand?
Then
Yeah.
right after that, we said next year we're doing a Christmas tree stand. What is the most important thing that people are having the hardest time with back then? And it's transportation. We have the transportation, we have the trucking,
Mm-hmm.
and we have the loads going into Oregon. So let's book 4 or 5 loads of Christmas trees coming in. Each load comes in with 800 and 900 trees.
So did you rent a lot in Ventura
Yeah.
at the time? Just say, hey, there's an empty lot. We want
We
to
rented
rented 3.
We rented 3.
You did.
In our first
Year, you had 3 different locations.
We had one in Fillmore, we had one in Somis, and the other lot was off of 101 and Johnson Drive.
So you put up the fencing, you put up the lighting, you got the workers.
Yep.
And the workers were us.
The workers were.
We didn't have no work.
Really? How did you run three at once?
We had one family employee running the Somas. I ran Ventura and she ran Fillmore.
Wow.
And I had a 1-month-old baby. I wanted to.
Oh my God. That's
And
incredible.
And this is a true story.
That's awesome.
As a matter of fact, I was just talking to her dad. Her dad came in from Colombia about a couple of days ago, and we were going up through Somas just yesterday. We were driving up through Somas. I said, we just passed that nursery there. That's where we had our first career. Remember when we were there at 4 o'clock in the morning offloading those trees? Like, he's like, I remember that. It was at 4 o'clock in the morning, the night on Black Friday.
Wow.
Thanksgiving. Our Thanksgiving was setting up all the lots.
Yep, because people do buy Christmas trees.
Yeah.
Yeah, so our Thanksgiving that year was setting up Christmas trees.
Oh my God. So much for the family dinner and the turkey. No, none of that.
I think for the first 3 years that we started Christmas trees, we did not have a Thanksgiving.
Probably about 5 years, Vanessa.
Yeah, we
Easily. And now people, our friends and family, will take us our Thanksgiving on Johnson Drive.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, they would.
Show up with turkey and pie and
Yeah, so our first 2 years, because I had small children, I used to rent an RV. So my kids could be there because it would be cold and I had little babies. So my oldest would be in the RV and I said, if something happens, just call me. I'll come feed the baby or whatever. And that's how we started. And then
our first year, then our second year, we got rid of Fillmore and we got rid of Somas and we just concentrated on one.
Yeah.
So you guys were in the same location.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And probably had the best sales and the most people and
Best
most traffic.
Yes.
And, we weren't at each other's throat.
It was more
It was more family for us because we were together. Our kids were together. Our girls were. The family was there. So it was.
And that first year, it rained cats and dogs.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Out in the rain.
It was, we're out there in the rain, and it was quite a learning experience.
And then so you still didn't have this space, right?
No.
Prancers didn't exist yet.
Prancer's farm
Right.
existed about 10 years later.
Oh, that many years. You were doing Christmas trees for 10 years before Prancer even.
Yeah, on Johnson, this would have been our 15th year there.
Do you still have that space?
No.
Okay.
Now
This is too busy.
concentrated.
Yeah. We focus.
So we have done the reverse. We started off with 3. The second year, we just focused on Johnson, 1.
Right.
And now we got rid of Johnson and just focused on the farm because this is our permanent home.
Well, makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And people know who you are now and where to
Yeah.
come. It's not that far. And you take the train.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's only a 20-minute drive from Ventura, 20-minute drive from Valencia, from LA, 45 to an hour, depending on traffic. It's
Yeah. A day's outing
yeah,
for an LA person.
yeah.
I mean, and just look around you. I mean, you got North and South Mountains here.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Yeah.
I mean, come out here and have a, lunch and maybe a margarita.
Yeah, definitely.
And hamburgers and hot dogs as well.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And then people usually eat here and hang out here, and then they go out to the local restaurants here in Santa Paula and in Fillmore.
And I love the vision for the future that you'd be kind of year round with the gardens and the animals and kind of a weekend escape for not just seasonal but year round.
Well, we've noticed here our customers are mainly 80% travelers. They're coming from LA. They're either going to Solvang, they're going to
Santa Barbara.
the Shumash Casino, the wineries out there, Santa Barbara, Carpinteria, and they're making this now their destination stop, heading up north or coming back down south.
So kind of like the halfway point.
Yeah, like they stop at the first time. What time do you guys close? I'm like, we close at 7 or we close at 6:30, depending,
Yeah, we're going to Santa Barbara. We'll see you in the way back, or we're gonna take some stuff, some strawberries, and have a picnic out there. So we have that local traffic now from LA to wherever their destination is, and they're stopping here.
And you said about 80% of the folks are out of towners.
Yeah,
Out of towners.
out of town.
And about 10% are out of the country.
Really?
Yeah.
International.
Yeah,
That's cool.
yeah, it is cool. You get to meet. Like last week, there was a Russian guy. He was from Russia, and he was trying to talk to. He's like, "You speak Russian?" I said, "No, I only speak Spanish." And then his daughter came in. She spoke English, and then he's like, "Oh, you're my new girlfriend." I'm like, "I thought you didn't speak English."
You knew enough.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Yeah, we get a lot of different variety of people that come here. So it's pretty cool working up in the front.
That is awesome.
Different nationalities. Yeah.
And then we talk to people. That's the thing, though. That's why I tell all of our employees and our staff that are working there, you gotta treat people like family and ask them where they're going, ask them where they're coming from, where they're going, if they need directions, because, like I said, it's travelers.
Yep.
And what do travelers want to do when they're on their vacation.
Mm-hmm.
They want to ask and get information. That's
Yep.
what,
And life is stressful, and you guys provide an escape, right? I mean, if they're getting out of the big bag city, or they're taking a few days off at work, or they're international, maybe they've had some challenges overseas, right? And they're coming here, and it's peaceful and it's serene. And
We had a family from Germany last week too. They were here for 2 months.
wow, that's a good long stay.
Yeah, they had a 2-month stay, and they're from Germany, and they asked, "What is it?" A lot of people, what are you doing?
Oh, we're just growing pumpkins for fun.
Yeah. So I explained to them what, we do, and, the American culture, and they're just so intrigued by it.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it is.
And I think that's kind of the excitement about traveling too. It's like the unexpected, like the unplanned, is always the most fun, right? Like
Right.
things that you plan are fun, but when you're traveling, it's like the unexpected thing that you remember the most. Like, oh, that
Yeah.
pumpkin farm.
And we have people, a year later, they come back and they're like, remember, and some of them I do remember.
Mm-hmm.
And it's exciting seeing them come back.
Well, yeah, because if you struck up a conversation with them, you're gonna remember it, as opposed to just kind of strangers.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
another thing you asked, what's our future and our plans? We also run and operate the Fillmore Question Center in the city of Fillmore.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So folks can go horseback riding.
Yeah.
That will be opening up next year.
Really?
Right now, we board horses there.
Okay.
We're permitted to have horseback riding and any type of equine events.
Wow. They do trail riding?
Right next to the Fillmore Question Center, there is a river that you could do trail rides. And then also we want to do more equine events for the community.
So like rodeo and
Right now we have,
barrel racing?
We actually have a rodeo going on now.
Really?
yeah, there's no more roping.
Oh, very cool.
Having a rodeo.
So maybe that's another interview that we can talk about next year or sometime in the future at Fillmore.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So pumpkins, Christmas trees, what and you've got strawberries. What other varieties of fruits are you growing here?
We grow yellow watermelon, orange watermelon, of course your traditional red watermelon, and then your seeded watermelon. We grow corn.
Melons.
Yeah, cantaloupe, honeydew, and then row crop different kale, broccoli, parsley.
Wow, you got a lot.
Yes, we grow a little bit of everything.
And you were doing the boxes during COVID, right?
Yes, we did.
And people can still, I would assume, still buy a box if they want.
They can still buy a box.
Yes.
But now we're getting more of the people actually coming to the farm.
Right.
Yeah, they want
Right. Pick out their own, not have somebody else put it in the box for them.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's more fun anyway.
Yeah.
How could folks find you online?
You can check out our website at www.prancersfarm.com. And all our information for all our events, what we grow, what we have going on at the farm is on our website. We also have Instagram and Facebook. And it's all Prancer's Farm. And make sure you check us out on Instagram, Facebook, and our website.
Very cool. And then what are the hours for the season?
Right now, our pumpkin patch is open from 9:30 to 6 o'clock during the week. And then on the weekends from 9:30 to sundown.
Okay. And then we're sitting on a very cool stage that was not here the last time I was here. And so you're going to have bands?
Yes, we're going to have live bands. They're actually set up now.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so we'll have live band. We have fire dancers. We'll have our stilt walkers and jugglers coming in
For our pumpkin season.
for our pumpkins.
Okay. And then I think also coming up this season, you're going to have, was it flamenco dancers or?
Oh, yes. So on the 22nd of October, we will have folklorico dancers from Love to Dance Studio in Fillmore. The kids are going to come out. We're going to have a local mariachi from Oxnard School District that will be coming out here and performing. So they're a mariachi from a high school. And then we'll also have dancing horses.
Dancing horses?
Yeah.
Very cool.
From
You know
a
what?
local ranch in Santa Paula.
And what's that day?
And that is October 22nd. And that
Sunday.
on a Sunday, and that will start at 1:30.
And is this the first time you've had the dancing horses?
Yes.
Oh, that'll be very cool.
Yeah.
To come back and check it out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
That's been pretty cool.
Well, Mario and Vanessa Robledo, thank you so much for being our guest on this edition of Farm Talk. We love coming again and meeting with you and seeing how the operation has grown. And we look forward to, continuing to follow your success.
It was a pleasure, and thank you for coming
I
out.
appreciate it.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Thank you. We appreciate it.
So thank you for joining us on this edition of Farm Talk. Of course, we want to thank our sponsor, Opus Escrow, and be sure to tune in next time for the next edition of Farm Talk. So thank you for joining us on this edition of Farm Talk. And of course, we want to thank our sponsor, Opus Escrow. And be sure to tune in for the next episode.